It's Money Manifesting Monday. Pick your message and go to the corresponding timestamp listed below. And let's get ready to destroy those abundance blockers. Manifesting message number 1. You chose this pile. And your first card is Quiet Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Now, you've been told, if you're not a woo-woo person, if you're not big on the spirituality, which I kind of have a hard time believing because you're here with me, and you want to be a spiritual entrepreneur, and you're looking to feel abundant, and it's time to get quiet and make sure that you get this time so that you can hear yourself think. Whether you call it meditating or you want to call it praying, just be able to hear yourself think. Because the universe doesn't exactly scream answers at us, it tends to whisper them or slides them, quietly in front of us. And if we're not aware of that we're receiving that message, we never get it, and that's really a shame because the universe is telling us all the time, giving us our answers. And sometimes we don't like them because, we can't see how things are going to work out if we take that course of action, So this is about trust what you're getting, your download. If it's telling, and it's always going to be something out of love. It's never going to be hurting anybody. It's never going to be doing anything illegal, never going to be hurting somebody. This is always going to be those little things that take you to the next step. So if you ask, be specific. I like to ask, if I say, what is my next step here? I'm feeling invalidated, or, ask them, tell them your secrets and what's bothering you, and you will get an answer. I promise you that you will. It might take a day or so. So don't be impatient. So I just want you to keep your eyes open. Okay, and make sure you get the quiet time you need for them to talk to you. Because to me, it's like if you want to have a relationship with someone and your partner's constantly wearing headphones or on their phone and they're uh-huh-ing you, that's what you're doing to the universe. So if you really want to have the relationship with the universe to get your answers, it's time to give the space for that to happen. Right? Do you want your partner or your friends to not listen to you? Because that's kind of what you're doing to the universe when you don't allow quiet time. And if you don't have time during the day, I can hear some of you out there saying, I don't have time to meditate, which is crap. I'm calling you out on it. It is absolute crap. If you have time to go through TikTok, if you have time to sit on Facebook, if you have time to go through Twitter, you certainly have time to meditate because it can only take a minute or two. But then get into the habit, the practice of, as you wake up in the morning, to take that minute to breathe and allow your answers to come, to say thank you, universe, for another day, or right before you go to sleep, right? Everyone has time to do this. It's very important for you to learn that practice, that discipline of getting quiet so you can get your answers. Now we have publish. Start that book you always wanted to write. Get your message out and touch people's lives. Someone out there really needs to hear this. You wanted to start a blog or you wanted to write a book, whatever. It's got to do with words and communication. And this is the universe saying now is the time. No waiting anymore. You're not going to have a year off to write. You got to do it every day for 5-10 minutes because that's how most authors start. And they just do it every day a little bit. And that's how you're going to make it. Don't wait for that sabbatical because that is not going to happen. Here you go. Now you got third card is growing up. So it's time to step into your own power and stop engaging in childish qualities. And I think what they're trying to tell you here is that you are responsible for you. No one's responsible for your thoughts or feelings or what's happening to you. You are now, if you're here, I have to assume you are over the age of 18, you are an adult, and that you understand that you are responsible for your life. And if you don't understand that, learn it. We get to decide how we react to what life throws at us. And sometimes life does throw crap at us, and that is true, and it's unfortunate. But how we reply to it, how we react to that, is about being an adult. That's how we take responsibility. This isn't about not making mistakes, because that's not what this means. But if you're still looking for somebody else to take care of you or hold somebody else responsible for your well-being, now's the time to stop that. Now's the time to stand on your own 2 feet. That's what this is coming out for. And they'll tell you if you give the quiet time for the answers. Second bullet point, don't rely on others to help you and care for you. This mess is yours to clean up. Wow, that's kind of a slap in the face, but I would have hopefully put that a little less mean. It's not, you do. You just, it's time to say, I am taking care of me. And I'm not relying on anyone else. No one's responsible for my thoughts or feelings. And I'm just gonna do what I need to do. Third bullet point, avoid depending on someone else's income, and you'll have all the skills to make your own. So if you were thinking about getting married and you weren't really 100% feeling in love with this person, this other party involved, but because you were scared you can't live on your own, please do not get married for that reason. Please do not. And my dogs are agreeing because they're barking. Please never, ever, ever get married just because you're afraid of having to take care of yourself. It is not a reason. Never a reason. Now we have new money. Something new you've been working on will be very profitable. And we've got the publish card up here. So it's either a magazine article you're writing, you're going to get paid for it. So get that writing time in. Even the quiet time will help you get those answers. And if you understand that quiet time can bring you the answers you need, some people call it channeling. They literally sit down and write by channeling. I literally just took an automatic writing course where you say to spirit, you say to God, you say to your angels and guides, please use my hand as an instrument to talk through me to what it is I need to write. And it happens because you allow it. It's amazing. It really is. So if you get that quiet time, you could actually use that to help write the thing that's going to make you money if you're not sure what it is that you are supposed to write. But anyway, you know you're being called to write because that's why you're here. Second message says you should consider creating a new source of income. So whatever that means for you, if there is a side hustle you were considering, maybe the publishing part is your side hustle, there's your nod to do that. Bullet point 3, if you have a money-making idea, do it. And I think we're just going to leave it at that. If you have a money-making idea, do it. If you don't, get that quiet time, start meditating, allow yourself that space that the answer will come. You'll see it, you'll feel it. All right, but you need the creative time in order to hear yourself think, to create those fun things, those fun new ideas. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. I am wishing you all the best. Take care, and I will see you next week. Message 2. Your main message for the week is, it is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you. And the dogs are agreeing, as it blesses the world. So if you've been afraid to take something that's being offered to you because you fear that you will have to owe something, that's not what's happening here. Spirit's telling you it's okay, right? Because it'll actually help others. Sometimes, we also teach our kids, if they see us being gracious and allowing help, to receiving even help, that shows them that they can do it as well. Teach by example. Now we have learn. Work with a mentor to implement the right strategies to get the business results you want. So be open-minded and enthusiastic to learn. So this might actually be part of what you're receiving, is that someone's trying to show you their way or mentor you already, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this because, I don't know if I can trust them, or, should I even be talking to them? Or will I owe them something? And Spirit's telling you, and I love the church bells are literally saying, yes, yes, that's the right person. They're actually trying to teach you how to do this. So that was a yes. We're going to leave it there because those church bells just gave me goosebumps. All right, now we have a helper. So avoid giving too much of yourself while neglecting your own needs. Okay, that's really important. Don't burn out. So second bullet point, consider careers in customer service or in any field you're able to care for others. And if that spoke to you and you're looking at a job that's actually in service industry and helping other people, this is your go ahead yes card. Third bullet point says, don't fear asking for help or accepting help if someone is willing to give you a hand. And we're going back to this receive card, and we're going back to the learn card. So you might have somebody who's trying to mentor you. Accept it. Okay, that's a yes to accept it. Now we have unreliable card. Okay, there's some confusion regarding money. All right, so somebody has a question out there. Maybe according to this, there's a question on the table for you about what the money situation is. So don't be afraid to ask and speak up. Second bullet point says people are not following through on their promises and not paying on time. I get the feeling that somebody out there has a rental unit and the other party is not paying as they should on time, and it's really time to approach them kindly, gently. And the safe, okay, taking that card, the safe to receive, is it is your right to say gently and kindly, you need to pay now, okay, or come to an agreement of how they're going to catch up, because I don't think that this situation of theirs is them just not wanting to pay you, but something happened to them that they didn't have the money. So this would actually help you and them if you approach them and say, I'm willing to work with you. I just want to make sure that we're clear, right? Because most people don't wake up wanting to be irritating or not be in their best. Most people want to be proud of themselves. So please approach this person gently and know that you have every right to do it. And it's all in the approach here, okay? And just work with them, because the give and receive card, it's okay to do that. So then the last one says expected money may not materialize. Now, because you are due this money, I feel like Spirit needs you to know that it might not materialize right now, but you can, or you can actually say, look, I see you're really struggling and I will allow you this discount for this month. I mean, sometimes just being a human frickin' being will mean more than it does ever will financially. And that person will never forget it. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be taken advantage of. That doesn't mean, this is about you saying, I understand, I see your pain, I see your struggle, and I will help you here. Okay? So that's what this is asking you to do. Because in order to get financial abundance, sometimes we have to just be kind, and we get paid in abundance by having other people in our lives that are worth having there. And, that's kind of what you put out is what you get back. And if you're going to be a good person to someone else, you are going to get more of that back into your life. So just remember that this week. Okay. I am wishing you all the best. And until next week, take care. Third pile for this week, you received the unlimited ideas. So your mind is one with God's infinite mind. In other words, you have access to all that is. You have access to all of that if you tap into the universe. If you just, meditate, connect, spend time having your relationship with the universe, with God, with Spirit, with the angels and guides. You have that ability. And then the card continues, therefore you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So give yourself the space to connect, pay attention to the messages you're receiving, and then make a plan and a next step. And then the universe will take it from there. So don't worry about how you're going to get somewhere. Just know that you can and where you want to go. I see this card, the entertain card, and I know fun's coming. So your brand should educate and entertain your clients, make them smile, laugh, and feel great when they interact with you and your brand. All right? I love that. So you're wondering, you got to bring your sparkle. You're going to bring your light. So this is about not being afraid to be you, because that's what's going to make this shine. Wow, now you got emotions. Your emotions are affecting your finances. How is that? Ask yourself that question. How are my emotions affecting my finances? So if this goes to your mindset about, you're angry because there are other people around you who seem to have it easier, that's crap. That's just crap. I mean, stop comparing yourself first. Stop making yourself feel bad about what other people have is just pushing away your own abundance. Okay? Understand that. So how are you affecting your finances? Are you literally waking up in the morning and saying, I don't want to go in today? Well, that would be a good indicator that it's time for you to find another job, a job that you would not hate, something that you actually like. And if you're here with me, it's because I have to believe that you want to do something that brings you joy. So let's take that step towards figuring out what it is. And I'm going to say you got the entertain here, which is about your joy and happiness. It's about finding that thing that you want to do that brings you abundance and fulfillment. Okay, so ask yourself this question. Really think about it. Bullet point number 2 says you're paying too much attention to your love life and ignoring your career. Are you more worried about keeping your relationship than starting this endeavor? Because if you are, then it doesn't appear that you're in a healthy relationship that you're secure in. So you need to ask yourself that question, because your partner should support you. They should support this whole project, this thing that you want to do. They should be your partner in crime, as I like to say. Not crime, but you get it. They should help you, motivate you, and be happy that that's what you want to do. And if they're not, then you're not in the right relationship. And that's a strong question. For you chose this pile, and that's a heavy question. Is your relationship the right one that's going to take you where you wanted to go with this abundance? All right. Third bullet point says, earn money doing something that you love, or a dream job might be offered to you. So heads up. You know what? If that person's not going to hang around because you're going after your dream, then they're not the right person. And I'm sorry if that is not something you like to hear, but it's what you need to hear, because we always get the messages we need. Okay. Now we have Money Manager. Your last card has these bullet points. So first one is, this card could indicate your career or finances could take a giant leap forward. And you know what? If you go back to who's in your life and how much you're enjoying your career, it will happen, because that's what that's saying. This card is indicating that your career is going to take a giant leap forward, but what is in your way? And only you have to admit what that is, if there's something blocking you and what it is. So it's time to get real with yourself. Second bullet point, consider careers in money management, banking, accounting, or anything in finance. Okay, so if those are something of interest to you, there's your yes for that, for those endeavors. And your last bullet point says you can expect a happy outcome when it comes to your finances. That's a promise from the universe. You can expect a happy outcome. But what's in your way? Okay, the question this week is, what is in your way? Who is in your way? Because they will support you if they're meant to be in your life. And especially, I want to go back one more time and show you this entertain card. They're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves, okay? And that's what the universe wants for you. Okay? I am wishing you all the health, wealth, and abundance. Take care, and I will see you next week. Message 4. Your message this week is cooperation instead of competition. All right, so know that you are you. You don't need to compete with anybody else. There is no uglier feeling than comparing yourself to someone else. So stop it. Stop it right now. So focus on what you do. And believe me, I probably would have chosen this deck this week. Comparison, man, it can destroy you and very quickly if you start comparing yourself to other people. So just please don't do that. Not just this week, but always. So, but this week specifically, they're saying head down, get to work, just do what you need to do. So this card says, what's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, and there's an abundance for everyone. All you have to complete is getting to the access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share it with others. So with cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So one of the examples when I see this card, what I can think of is when you get into a group of writing friends and you have someone who's farther along than you are in their process of their current novel or WIP or work in progress, their WIP. And maybe they have the money, they save the money to do marketing, because you're supposed to market even before you publish, right? You're supposed to get the word out early. And you're starting to compare yourself. And then instead of judging yourself against where they are, you ask for help and guidance and respect where they are and the knowledge of what they've accomplished. They can help you get just as far along by using their knowledge instead of being jealous of their knowledge. Because jealousy is just, and envy is a waste of time. But to hold that back and say, what did they do that you didn't do yet? Or how do you do it? And you use that with, joy. Just stay on your path. That's what this is about. This is, instead of being jealous, figure out what they did that you can do too. Because if they did it, you can. And that's the truth. And that's kind of where we are with this card, is don't compare yourself this week or anytime. Get into the habit of just analyzing what they did that possibly you could do too. So now we have go live. This is the first time this card has come out for me in a year. Isn't that funny? So I want you to pay attention to this, because I have had this deck for a year, and I just like you to know that this is the first time this card's come out. So go live. Build an authentic relationship with your audience by hosting live sessions around your topic on social media. So yeah, even if it goes back to you're an author and you're doing book stuff, going live and talking about it can actually help. So now we have perfection. Oh, did you cringe a little bit? Progress, not perfection. All right, give up your perfectionism because it's causing delays in your finances. Yeah, sometimes it's just good enough. Now, we're not talking about don't pay for editing if you're a publisher, or don't look over your stuff. But if you have a mistake, and it's happened to me, I've made mistakes, and even in my headlines on my YouTube channel, the headline had the wrong word on it, it had the wrong your or their. It's like, oops, sorry, I'm human, right? So, but it's okay. It doesn't destroy all your work, but just strive for getting it done before perfection right now, right? You will never get ahead if you don't overcome the fear of failure. Yeah, that's another good one, right? You can't keep worrying because it'll stop you. You just got to push past that feeling. Just say, I'm doing it. Third bullet point, you are enough and you have what it takes to improve your finances. This is about taking personal responsibility to keep moving forward. And know and have faith that the universe is going to allow you to make your way, that you will be fulfilled and have the abundance that you want. You just have to keep telling yourself that. Regardless of what little setback happens, you have to just go right through it, barrel through it. Barrel through it. So now we have mechanic. Mend what needs mending. It might be broken, but it's not lost. Yeah, I'm going back to, something got interrupted or a project got interrupted, which has happened to me in the past, where I've been halfway through a reading and something happens and I have to start over, or for some reason the camera went wonky and the second half of my video was not usable and I had to do it all over again. But sometimes you can salvage things, and that's what this is saying. It's don't be discouraged if you had a mishap. Part of that is still usable. So don't trash the whole thing. Think about what you have and don't necessarily throw it all away. Second bullet point says, consider a career as a mechanic in automotive, aerospace, or repair technician. So if that's something you're interested in, this is your yes sign for that. Third bullet point, you have the ability to easily fix your finances, but a sacrifice may be needed. Now, when they say sacrifice, that could mean you have to give up your evenings with your family to do a class to get your degree in whatever it is you want. It could be that you have to take that money you were going to use for your vacation this year and put it towards the software you need to create the thing that you want to create. It could be anything like that. So that sacrifice doesn't have to mean painful. It just means something that you were going to use for one purpose needs to now be used for something else. Okay. So, and the people around you will understand and support you. Just have to know that. All right. Those are your messages for this week. I am wishing you all the health, wealth, and abundance. Take care, and I will see you next week.